Have you ever had a hard time saying what you mean? Like, words just wouldn't come together to adequately express the amazing thoughts that are going on in your mind. When you do it right, that's that transformative power of authentic communication. It doesn't always line up that way in real life. But in the realm of business growth and collaboration and just presence, visibility, all of those things that are really important, it's not just a tool to be able to hone in on that, to be able to actually articulate yourself in a way that makes sense, and among a number of other things that we'll get to in a minute. But it's actually like the heartbeat of your progress. If you can't articulate yourself clearly and effectively, you're not going to gain traction, because people won't be able to get behind what you have to say because they don't necessarily get it. And it can be challenging. Absolutely. Every successful entrepreneur, actually, from the visionary pioneers like Steve Jobs, or even the advocates like Malala, right? They possess this ability to communicate their purpose clearly, effectively, with passion. How? How do they do that? I'm going to dive into that today. We're going to kind of talk about the different angles that you can take in order to improve upon your message delivery, to make sure that you're getting people behind you on your movement, on the thing that matters most to you, growing your business, collaborating, and making a difference in the world. Because remember that words are not just sounds, right? Communication is not just words, in fact. They're actually the catalysts of change. The catalysts of change, right? The agents of connections and the vessels of impact. That's what we're here to do. Make the world a better place through our businesses and our lives. But what does it mean for you in your business specifically and your journey towards success? Why do you care? It means that the core of your business growth and collaboration lies in the art of showing up. And in showing up authentically and strategically. You can show up every day, but if your message isn't clear, if your strategy isn't developed, doesn't matter. You're waving flags, nobody's looking. We want to make sure that you're able to show up in a way that makes sense to you, that will actually push your movement forward, your business forward. Effective communication, it's not just a monologue. All right? We're not Macbeth. Or is it Macbeth? Hamlet. Macbeth. Somebody tell me in the comments with the skull. That's not the purpose. Right? It's a dialogue, and it bridges gaps, and it influences minds, and it ultimately drives results. All right? It's not a monologue. It's about connecting with your audience. It's about understanding their needs. It's about conveying your message in a way that resonates, not just like, yeah, but yes, profoundly. All right? In the business world, the competition can feel immense, right? You can feel really lost in this digital sea, this digital landscape that just seems insurmountable. You feel almost invisible, right? The competition is fierce. The pace is relentless. It's this hustle. And communication, effective communication, can be your secret weapon to cut through the noise. Consider this. Companies with a culture that is open, right? That fosters effective communication consistently outperforms their peers. Consistently. This is statistically shown to be true. But why? Why is this the case? Well, because communicating your values and being clear about your expectations and about your drive and your goals and your missions, all of that, it nurtures a community with a shared vision. It ignites enthusiasm, right? People, yeah, I can get behind this. And it inspires invaluable relationships within your team, within your peers, for your clients. It's very important, right? This communication is key. However, it's not only about the growth of your business. Of course, it's about the growth of trust and relationships across the board. I can't say this enough. You're never not marketing. All right, so your message had better be clear across the board. In a landscape defined by uncertainty, you know how it is. I don't need to go there. Leaders who genuinely listen, who empathize, and who engage create an ecosystem of trust. All right, in the realm of business, trust is a currency. It really is. It's the currency that fuels collaboration, right? It sparks partnerships, joint ventures, right? And it sustains enduring relationships, right? It sustains it. This is you're not just a flash in the pan this way. Okay, so what are the pillars of effective communication anyways? Let's get into it. What I want you to grab a pen and paper. Okay, so because you need to jot these down and really lean into it. Number one, zip the lip. Yeah. The first rule of effective communication is to shut the hell up and listen. All right? It is literally the compass that guides all of your interactions. It allows you to navigate the crazy world of human interaction through understanding. And true listen isn't just waiting for your turn to speak. That's not true listening, okay? We're talking about immersing yourself in the perspective of others and soaking in the juices that they're giving you, okay? Is really important. You absorb their wisdom and you acknowledge their truths, even if they're inconsistent with your own. You acknowledge them, they are valid, because you're there and present and listening. Remember that in communication, in all communication, less speaking and more listening often reveals the most profound insights. You are going to learn the most by listening, not by speaking. Secondly, clarity. Your message should be crisp and clear. All right. And in fact, it should be so clear. Like I get this vision of like just this clear sunlight when you open your eyes on a spring day and there's no clouds in the air and the sun just shines on you. I reminiscent of Joni Mitchell's song when she sings of the sun pours in like butterscotch and sticks to all my senses. That's how clear your message should be. When you articulate yourself clearly, when you are just there and refined and ready to go, people they can't get it off. It's so clear. It sticks. If you convolute that with complexities and jargon, and you're gonna lose people, right? Those are barriers. They're not sticking. It's sliding off like oil. Oil. That might not be the best example, but you know what I mean. It's sliding off. Nothing's sticking. Okay, so simplicity, conciseness, an alignment with your audience's vision, right? Their comprehension, where they're at. Those will make for a powerful message. Listen first so you know whether it's in alignment, and be clear and concise. Now, the third one, again, we're going to go back to this notion of empathy. Okay, the capacity to grasp the emotions and needs of others is the keystone of connection. Your messaging needs to understand your audience enough through empathy to make that connection. Empathy, remember, is not just a passive endeavor. You can't passively be empathic. It is intentional. It is a choice to walk in someone's shoes, to feel their joys, to feel their pains, to feel their aspirations, right? To get amped up on their behalf. Heck yes, you did that. And it is the foundation of trust, right? Very important part of communication. Now, lastly, and this one can be hard for a lot of people. I know it was hard for me right at the beginning. Whew. Was it ever? It's confidence. Confidence. Believing in your message. It's so powerful that people can't resist but to hop on board. You believe in it. And in fact, I'm going to direct you to an amazing part of the Marketing Rebels podcast where I was talking to Mike. It was brain science It's a brain science one with Mike. I'll link it. I'll link it below because you need to watch it. The person with the strongest belief will always win out. All right. We dive into the brain science of that. I want you to look at that. It's in the show notes. So I need you to know that your confidence, your ability to stand tall and all that you are, it's magnetic. It's a magnetic force. It draws people to you, and it draws people to your ideas and gets people behind you. It's the spark that sets your communication on fire. Oh, it gets excited. So let's not overlook, though, because I'm talking about all these things that are kind of interwoven within the communication, the oratory communication style. But let's not overlook the nonverbal communication things, okay? Because surprisingly, over 90% of our communication is actually nonverbal. Nonverbal cues, from the warmth in your eyes to the poise of your stance, all of these things, these signal messages, right? Meaning to the other person and to yourself. So you can use your body language. All right. You can use your facial expressions, your tone. There are a number of other different ways to articulate your meaning more, like over and above your words. So we're going to move on here because sometimes that can be hard when you're talking about body language. We're in a digital age. It is imperative that you're able to communicate in the digital space with all of the above. Emails, instant messaging, virtual meetings, okay? They are all the conduits through which modern business is operating today. Your ability to convey your message clearly and professionally through these channels, it's not optional. You can't really succeed without it. It is a necessity. All right, you need to know. So it is, in essence, the power of authentic communication is nothing short of transformational. You're literally transforming inside, outside, and with other people. It's massive. All right, it's not a skill that just exists. It's actually something that you want to hone, right? You want to really get it going, the compass that's guiding you to a future of possibility. That's something. Holy cow. Okay, so remember this. Communicate to succeed, right? Connect with people to succeed. Form relationships. These are really important for all things in life and business. Mastering effective communication is not just a journey. It's also the key to make sure that your future lines up with your goals. All right, it's the key. You need this to succeed. So I'll get off my soapbox. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this amazing conversation all about communication from inside to outside. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can catch the video next week. It's always going to be an adventure.